Blessed finger.
Look at us. Blaze on fire.
Jakabit Production.
God be you. How you God be you? God be you. How you make it go? No be to this spend up on me.
Yeah, welcome back to another tutorial. My name is Jakabit. I think knowledge is something that everyone have to share when you have such. Okay, so today I'll be unfolding that top secret that the producers of Davido's don't want to reveal on the beat and on the what mixing and mastering. Yes, so we'll be taking it gradually. Okay, so the first thing I will be unfolding is the beat segment, and after the beat segment then I'm gonna take you guys to the vocal preset, the vocal mixing techniques which Davido producers use to achieve that particular sound, that particular effect, that particular standard which you hear on Davido songs. Okay, and make sure you follow this video from the beginning to the end, because you might be missing something when you skip some part in this video. So why I'm saying that is because I have a lot of secret to be unfolding in some series of these videos, so that you won't miss any part in this video. So make sure you follow along. In case this type of video is what you actually want, this is a family where I train you how to make productions, music productions, beat making, and mixing and mastering. In case if this is what you like, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so that you miss any of our update, because I upload every week. Okay, so just like I said that I'll be unfolding the secret that those producers don't want you guys to know, and this is what they do. Listen, I'll first of all play these percussions and you guys listen to these percussions, then I'll go over to this stops and other stops and other stops. That's why you don't have to skip this video. Okay, so listen to these percussions now. If you listen very careful in these percussions, you will notice that there is a kick, there's a kind of a ring shot, there's a kind of a tambourine, and there's a kind of a shaker on it, because this is an Afro beat. Okay, so that is more reasons why an Afro beat is an Afro beat without a shaker. You know, all of us know about that. Okay, so see what they do now. Whenever they come into a beat, they go into what we call a looping. They get that portion of loop in other songs or thereabout, and they merge it and create another sample or another kick on top of that loop, and it gets more heater and more heavier and all of that. Okay, but listen good. If I should enter into this particular beat making techniques right here, this video is gonna have like about section A, section B, and section C, which I don't want because I have other topics to teach you guys. But let me skip to that part. Later I'm going to make a video how they did it or how they used to do it, okay, to achieve these heavy percussions which you had right now. Okay, so after that, the first thing they do is they make sure they get that melody. That is this particular melody that always comes, in every of Davido's song, which is that signature. So see, let me just play you the signature so you understand what I mean. Most times they derive that signature from a guitar, sometimes they derive it from maybe any sound, that maybe any family of sound to achieve that particular desire which they want. But mostly guitar gives it that vibe. Okay, so see what they do. Once they play it, they now use a guitar that goes like this. Listen, let me just play this guitar. This particular guitar comes in two ways. See the first one. Then there will be a transition at that point whereby the roll is going to come in. I'm going to play it so that you guys will hear. Then I see the second version of this guitar. Then now if you should combine both of them, you send this first version to your right pan and the second version to your left pan, and you combine both of them with the kick and with the roll and see how it sounds right here. You see that row? See that row? I know most of you guys had that row, and that is to introduce something that is about inspiring. Okay, so now see what they do. They first of all, introduce that melody that's going to catch your attention, and when they catch your attention, then there will be other supporting guitars or other supporting sound on the on that guitar. On the below the guitar, there will be other supporting sound supporting that guitar. Okay, and this is, for instance, stuff like this. You see that piano? Okay, let me just solo for you guys to hear only that piano right there. Okay. See that piano? So now after that piano is being added, they now add another guitar melody, and this is what they add using that piano and other melody. Listen. They still have another melody to add. Remember, they have like two melodies. Okay, the first one I showed you that I pan to the right 70 and to the left 70. Now the next thing they did was they are going to still play another melody right here, another guitar. Just listen to them a little. Now let's play another melody. Now let's combine both. You see it? So if you should combine the first one that was panned to the left 70 and right 70, play the one that was panned to the right 30 and the one right and the one left to the 30, then let's play both of the guitar. You see the sound. Now tell me, who is that person that will hear this melody that will not want to dance? You see? So they have a lot of work to do on guitar section, and when they combine this and add that major signature that comes with that guitar, then it will be like, wow, this mad song, this mad beat. Okay, so let me just play this guitar, just the guitar, all the guitar that was played on this section with this beat. then you understand what I'm saying. You know, most times they don't introduce bass at that beginning, but sometimes they introduce bass at that beginning. Okay, so if I should introduce my bass in the beginning, just to, because you don't have to, waste time for people don't have time to listen to the sweetest part of the song. They just want to get attention at that slightest opportunity, so they give you the hit at the beginning. Okay, this is the secret. They make sure they give you the sweetest part at the beginning, and so it keep getting interesting till the song get finished. See, so now with my bass, see how it sounds. See the bass. I just have to solo the bass. You see it here. After the whole song is being played, now the guitarist is going to play a solo, throughout solo, like from A to Z, different solos, and which they will pick the one they like. Okay, and see the kind of solo that was played on this. So just listen. You see it here. So mostly that guitar has done a lot of work. So you as a producer, you just have that guitar, you have your keyboard to support, the guitar, your bass, and some few other instruments, which makes that beat very simple. But most of amateur producers who want to jam pack their beats with a lot of sounds, a lot of crazy nonsense sound. Most times the sounds they use are not heavy. They are not coming from a higher, stronger and heavier plugins like Nexus, like Omisphere and all of that, okay? But they choose to use a lower, weaker plugins to create sound, and it makes it so dull. So this is a secret on that beat, and when you hear it, you be like, wow, this beat is banging hard, it's banging hard. That's how they do it. Remember, I said I'll be reviewing on the beat section and I'll be reviewing on the vocal section. So let's go down to the vocal section. This is the first thing they do. Let's just play only this vocal that was mixed. Okay, let me just look at, okay, let's just play it. Let's play the chorus part of it for you guys to understand what I mean. So listen and see only the vocals without the beat.
Catfish, how you catfish, catfish, how you make it, no be to they spend up on me, teach me how you catfish, no be to they spend up on me, show me how you make it, no be to they ball up on me.
Okay, before I enter into this vocal training, I just want to appreciate the guy behind this guitar, CJ Obasi. That is the son to late Patti Obasi. Okay, I thank you for that work, in this guitar. I like it. Okay, so now the person singing this song is The Blaze. Okay, The Blaze. In fact, he murdered this song, and I thank you for giving me the privilege to use this song to illustrate this training. Okay, thank you so much. So now you have understood what I'm trying to say. This is just the vocal without the beat, and you see how clear it is. You see how simple it is, but most of amateur producers will like to make the vocal jam-packed and not giving it room to sit right in the mix. Okay, so the first thing you have to do right here, if actually you want to get this type of vocals that you just had right here is, let me just play without any form of effect on it, so you guys are going to hear the normal vocals, the raw vocals. So listen.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh. No be to dey spend up on me. Show me how you make it, oh.
You see it here. So this is the raw vocal without any effect. Now the first principle you have to note before you start recording any of your artists to achieve such effect or such vocal quality is consider the type of mic you use. The mic I use to record this video is different from the mic I use to record my artist. Yes, I mostly use Rode NT2. Okay, I'm not actually promoting any brand right here, okay, but I'm trying to tell you what I use and which I know if actually use something better, you're going to achieve something good. Okay, so now this is the vocal without any effect. The first thing I did on this vocal actually was to treat any form of noise that comes in between it. Okay, I make sure I clean it. There are two ways you can clean it. You can clean it manually by, take off any part that there was no voice on it. You see the way I'm muting all of them, and you can, that is it. Okay, or either you use this method or you use a method of using your NS1 mono. That is the first thing I do. So actually what I normally do is either I use that method to clean off unwanted sound, unwanted vocals or noise. I first of all use my NS to adjust, to lower the noise, okay, to suppress the noise. So this is what I use. Sometimes I put it in 10 or 15 or 20, but listen, but make sure that you use your ear to listen properly. Okay, that is for that. Then now let's play with the NSN1. You see that some slight noise that was on the background of this vocal during recording has been minimized.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh. No be to dey spend up on me. Show me how you make it, oh.
See, that is it. Okay, then after that, the next thing I added was just my auto tune, because you see, one thing about Davido's voice is that I like the texture of his voice, and you will not notice there was auto tune. Like, you will not notice the added auto tune on that voice. Okay, but it will just rhyme with the natural. It will be like a womanized voice without you noticing any form of auto tune. And that is the settings. This is the type of settings they use on that auto tune. They make sure they lower the rate, offset delay, and variation and offset delay. They make sure they lower it to the minimum, and they make sure they lower the pitch amount, and they increase the amplitude amount, and they increase the formatic amount to 100. And most importantly, they regulate this return speed not to be more than 10. Yes, I mean 10. Sometimes they bring it up to about 15. Okay, but anything that exceeds 10, 5, is crazy on that voice. So that is how they achieve on this auto tune. And lower male voice, they put it on lower male voice because already Davido has that lower male voice. And I use this as a reference actually. So, and you see this particular artist Blaze has that lower male voice, so you make sure you put it on that lower male voice. That is for this auto tune. So let's play and see with the auto tune how it sounds.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh. No be to dey spend up on me. Show me how you make it, oh. No be to dey spend up.
Okay, see how it sounds. Very, very. You don't notice that there's an auto tune right here. Okay, but if I should try to increase the return speed to 10 to 0. Let's see how it sounds.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. Oh.
You see, it's sweet in your ear, but actually we still want to maintain that normal voice, that natural voice. So you don't need to alternate that particular voice. So that's why you have to regulate this return speed to be like 10 or 15. So that is for that. So the next thing they do on his vocals is to add EQ. Most times they do more of subtractive EQ than additive EQ. Yes, trust me, that's what they do on some of the vocals, on some of his vocals. Yes, that's what they do. They do more of subtractive EQ. And now the next thing they do is they they go to the region of 2000 X kilohertz and lower some portions of wrong frequency that set in there, and the same thing in 3000 kilohertz, and the same thing in 1000, and the same thing from a region of low mid frequency. And that is how they reduce the frequency. In case you don't know how to operate EQ, then I have some videos that will tell you or teach you how to reduce subtractive EQ, so make sure you go learn it down below. Okay, then after that they now do a compressor, a simple compressor whereby the ratio is going to be like -24, and a simple compressor is a simple compression whereby the threshold is going to be like -24, -25, 26, 27, and the ratio is going to be like about 6, 5, 4, and all the above. But you got to use your ear to adjust and know what you want. It's not an exact number, okay? But when you are adjusting your threshold, you'll be understanding what is happening on that vocals, and you know the perfect place. But these are the ranges which I gave you that they use often. I said often. Then after they used this compressor, the next thing they do is that they make sure that all those S sound is being removed. Like, let's just play, you understand what I mean.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. Oh. No be to dey spend up on me. Show me how you make it.
Now listen to that part where they said, show me.
Show me how you make it.
You see, there's that that sound right there. So listen.
Show me how you make it. Oh.
Now let's add this deesser. This deesser is going to reduce that show me So listen.
Show me how you make it.
You see the effect.
Show me how you make.
Okay, let's remove it.
Show me how you make it.
Again.
Show me how you make it.
So let's activate it.
Show me how you make.
You see, so that sound is still right there, but it has been alternated. It has been reduced a little bit, and that is exactly what they do. Now, most times they use a maximizer, loud and proud maximizer to bring the vocal a little bit to your presence, and that is how it sounds with this maximizer. So let's listen and see how it sounds.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. Oh.
Now, so let's deactivate it.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. Oh.
So let's activate it.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish.
This is a simple method which they use on their individual vocals to achieve that Davido standard. Okay, they now link these individual vocals into a group, whereby I'm going to tell you what they use on that group. After that maximizer, the next thing they do actually was to do a low cut end that is not going to be more than 250 hertz, okay, and still run a little bit of subtractive EQ on the region of 1000 hertz and 2000 hertz, a little bit, okay. and that is how they achieve it. So now let's play with this low cut that was caught on these vocals, then you see how it sounds.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
You know, most times they regulate it not to be not to exceed 200 or 250. Yes, but you notice that Davido's vocals still have that busy nature. Okay, so they still want to lower that busy nature but still want to maintain it. So that's why if they lower it with this particular 250x, or about, if they lower it from the region of 200 to 250x, they come down to slash it again into 100 kilohertz using high pass and parameter 111. Okay, and that is how they achieve that particular low end cut. They don't just cut a low end just like that. They significantly cut that low end without alternating that that bass, you know, because that bass is still important in that vocal, in that song. So they still want to maintain that bass, but rather to cut a little bit but still have to maintain it. And this is the technique they use in cutting that low end. I showed you guys right here. Then let me play for you guys to see how it's going to sound with this particular technique.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh. No be to dey spend up on me.
Now let's deactivate this equalizer technique I just introduced you guys. Then let's play and see how it sounds.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
So let us activate it. You see.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
Okay, let's activate it. Let us deactivate it and activate it. You see the difference.
No be to dey spend up on me.
Now let's activate it.
No be to dey spend up on me. No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
You see the difference? So this is a very strong technique which they are hiding. They don't want you to know, but I'm revealing it right here. So this is how it sounds. Now, when you introduce your beat inside this vocal, you see that the vocal will be relaxed. Then after that, you know, they now link these individual vocals into a group channel, and this is how they do it. They link it the normal way they link it, you know, for some people that uses Cubase, you know, they go here, then create a group track and they link it. I still have this tutorial on how to do that in this my channel. Okay, that's the reasons why you have to subscribe, okay, so that you watch and watch and watch for free. Okay, so now this is the group track. So let us the first thing they do is that they find another compressor that is going to push out these vocals a little bit but still not spoil the dynamics. Okay, so now they now use something like classic compressor. Yes, that is very dope, to make sure they alternate the threshold and, you know, the ratio and all of that. Okay, so now this is how they do it.
No.
Let me play with the classic compressor. Okay, let me play the vocals. So let me play the vocals when the classic compressor is being activated, and I'm going to play it when it's not activated. Then you see the difference.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
Now, okay, let me activate it.
No be to dey spend up on me.
So I'll activate and deactivate at once. So listen.
No be to dey spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh. No be.
So the lower the threshold and increase the ratio, and make sure that the attack is in a little minimum, and the release is the same at that range of IS 42 45 seconds, and make sure the output is not up to 8 dB, 6 dB depending. Okay, and that is how they alternate it. Now the next thing again they do, they still add that deesser. Now the next thing they always do mostly is to add a dap tube, and this dap tube they use a and they have so many dap tube in case if there should be a distortion or whatever, it can alternate it and help you to reduce it. And which after the next thing they do is that they make sure that this vocal is well panned, is well expanded. Okay, and they use any plugins like stereo imager, which I like to use stereo imager like this, my BT stereo imager. They expand it. So let's play and see how it sounds with this dap tube and the stereo imager.
No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh. No be to they spend up on me.
So you see how it is now. Very, 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 very sweet, clean, and straight to the point. Okay. Now, another dope secret which they don't want you to know when they are mixing Davido's song is their time-based effects. Most of us don't know how to calculate reverb time, delay time, and all of that. So what they normally do is they first of all check the BPM of the song, which is 120 that I use in this particular song. They divide it by 60,000, and when they divide it by 60,000, it gives them a particular figure. And and after that, what they do is they now divide it by 2 and get a pre-delay. And when they get a pre-delay, they divide it by 2 and get a reverb time, and divide it by 2 again and get a room size, and divide it by 2 again to see if they get the wet and the dry. So they get it dry. So this is how they do it. Okay, I've already trained you guys on this particular section how to calculate reverb time. In case you want to still do that, I'm not going to lecture this. In case you want to learn it, go over and check down below. You see how to calculate reverb time, okay, in this video. So now listen, let's play when this reverb is being on this vocal. You see what wonders it has done.
No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
So let's deactivate it and see.
No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
So let's remove it from the bypass effect.
No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish, oh.
You see, is not too much, it is just on point, and that is how they calculate it, and that's how they get that reverb. Then the next is double delay. Okay, they use double delay. You can use any double delay. It's not much that you use this, what I use. What is more important is for you to understand how to use them. This is a double delay, so you can use any form of double delay. The simple thing you have to know is your feedback, your mix, and your pan and your delay. Every double delay has at least 1 or 2 or 3 features of what I just mentioned now. So they don't want that delay to be like coming often. Most times they do the delay to be noticed. Sometimes they don't do the delay to be noticed, depending on the type of song which they do. But now I place this my own double delay feedback on 2%, and I pan this particular. Now I'm sorry. Now the next thing the video producer normally do is that particular vocals, they pan the first pan to the left, like about -50 or -55, and at the right pan, the other pan, they pan it at about 70, 77, 75%. That is to say that when this reverb hits that vocals, instead of you hearing it at the center, you will hear it in both left and right stereo of your speaker. It will not just hit immediately. It will give room for the vocals to sit right in the mix, whereby you'll be hearing the delay at the other part of your ear or wherever. You understand? So now let's play. Let me play it for you guys to listen very careful on how it is used in these vocals.
No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. Oh.
You see it here. Teach me how you catfish. Oh. So listen now.
No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. Oh.
So remember, you always put it on 10 if you don't really want it to appear that presence. You just want to lower it, you can put it on 5 or 7. But most times they make people to understand that this reverb is there. Sometimes if when they want to do something, choir backup or choir whatever, they don't give you that that techniques at that point in time. So but for this is the major way which they do, or rather this is the major way which they use to add a double delay in Davido's voice. Okay, so now let us play with the beat while you guys listen the effect.
No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. Oh. No be to they spend up on me. Show me how you make it. Oh.
You see it here. The vocal is totally set into this song. Into this song. I know you guys will be like, okay, you didn't show us how you're able to treat this guitar to sound like this and this and that. I'm going to teach you guys in a different topic, in a different lecture, okay, how I was able to trim this guitar to sound this way. Okay, so but my interest in this tutorial is to show you guys a simple tricks, a simple techniques which Davido producers normally use to achieve that texture of vocals which you are hearing today. I know they will not come after me, please. So now let's play from the beginning. In case you want to access this song, the song is out by Blaze Catfish. You check down on my description and you can stream or download the song. So I will not be playing this song from A to Z because of our time. Okay, so just let's play. I'm gonna cut it after this chorus. So listen and stay blessed.
Blessed fingers.
Look at us. Blaze on fire.
Jakabit Production.
Catfish, how you catfish? Catfish, how you make it? No be to they spend up on me. Teach me how you catfish. No be to they spend up on me. Show me how you make it. No be to they buy up on me. Yeah. You be balla. If I be balla, no be batty, no be batty. You be spender. If I be spender, no be batty, no be batty, no. I want to be ballale. Show me how you make it. No be to they spend up on me.
So that is it. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of this tutorial. In case you have not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe, join this family, for we bring dope content that's going to help you guys know or master your productions level. Okay.